Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Week 3 Commissioner's Address for the Border NFL Gurus. Interesting week all in all. We still have two undefeateds, but one undefeated, and one winless in the league after Week 3. We had some tight matchups this week, some good ones, some tough losses all the way around. But you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's get right into her. Right out of the gate here. And we will start with the Joe Buck Yourself versus Rosterbation match. Rosterbation taking this one 111 to 106, a real tough one. Joe Buck Yourself could have made really any number of roster changes and won this game. But, such is fantasy football. He takes the loss in this one, sliding him down to 1-2, and moving Rosterbation up to 2-1 to put him in fifth. So that's the way she goes. Drew Brees actually had a nice day, and so did Carlos Hyde, who's actually been a pleasant surprise for him. So that is the victory for Rosterbation. Moving over to the Panty Raiders and Clug the Plug. Clug the Plug picking up his first W here this week. That's week 4. Let's go back to week 3. Okay, we're moving over to the Mighty Ducks and the Panty Raiders. Sorry, had a little miscommunication there. Mighty Ducks picking up the win here, 99 to 96. Tight game. That was a tight one. Mighty Ducks led by T.Y. Hilton put up a monster 21-point day. And Matt Ryan in there as well, and Jordy Nelson also had a nice day. Panty Raiders kind of got snake bit by Amari Cooper. Tough day with only 1.6. Tough weekend for the Raiders. Chiefs blew them out on Monday Night Football, which was too bad. That moves the Mighty Ducks up to 1-2, drops the Panty Raiders to 1-2. Mighty Ducks sitting 10th, and the Panty Raiders currently sitting in the 8th spot. Moving over to Billy Large and Suck My Ditka. Billy Large eking out the win here, 96 to 90. Led by Le'Veon Bell, AJ Green, and Tyreek Hill, all having solid days. Suck My Ditka, even with Todd Gurley, running back of the week, putting up 32.9. Couldn't get it done. Also snake bit by the Raiders. Derek Carr, tough outing with only 7 points. But starting James White from New England, which is a strange start at running back. Especially when you got Duke Johnson against a terrible Indy defense. Even Bilal Powell versus Miami. You know he's going to get the bulk of the carries. James White was a strange start, and it cost him the victory. So I digress. Drops Suck My Ditka to 0-3. And moves Billy Large up to 2-1, leaving Suck My Ditka in 12th and moving Billy Large up to 4th spot. And let's slide over to Clug the Plug and Wendell Beckham's. I mean, this one was a goddamn laugher right out of the gate. Wendell Beckham's easily taking this one, 156 to 81. Tom Brady, monster, 45 points. Kareem Hunt, Cook, Beckham. Randall Cobb didn't even play, and he thumped him by 70 points. Clug the Plug, you got some work to do going into next week. That leaves the Wendell Beckham's the only undefeated team, 3-0, obviously in first spot. And that drops Clug the Plug to 1-2, and he currently sits in 11th. Which is one spot better than I thought he was going to do, to be honest with you. So, moving over to Vic This and Race Finkles. Vic This picking up the W, and 127 to 100. And he is also 3-0. Sorry, I said we had one undefeated team. We do have two. Vic This sitting at 3-0. Nice day from Stephon Diggs, 30 points, $173 and 2 TDs through the air. Nicely done. And Mariota chipping in with 23. So that's a good day for him. Race Finkles, I mean, not much bright spots there other than Dak Prescott and his kicker, Will Lutz. Fournette had a decent day, 14 points. But either way, Vic This sitting in second at 3-0, and that drops Race Finkles down to 1-2, and he currently sits in sixth. He's lucky to be there, actually, with that group of fucking plugs he's running around with. But hey, it is what it is. And our last game was Rogers-Dodgers versus Hanging with Hernandez. Rogers-Dodgers taking this one relatively easily, 134-99, led by, of course, Aaron Rodgers, Gronk, and Zeke actually ended up putting in a nice night with 15 points. Hanging with Hernandez had a monster night from Cooks, but other than that, not a lot of bright spots on that roster. Phillip Rivers with a whopping 3 points. 3 points in total. 237 through the air and 3 picks. Phillip Rivers. There you go. So that moves Rogers-Dodgers up to 2-1, puts him in third, and drops Hanging with Hernandez down to 1-2, and he is currently sitting ninth. So moving over to this week, we got some good games in the mill here. Joe Buck Yourself versus Billy Large. That one's projected to be a tight one. Panty Raiders Clug the Plug. Kind of a meaningless game at this point. But the game of the week gotta be Wendell Beckham's versus Vic This. Battle of the Undefeateds. A .20 point projection difference between these two guys before the first snap. So it's going to be a dandy. Everyone keep your eyes on that one. And our blowout of the week. Well, quite simply, that one belongs to Clug the Plug getting thumped by the Wendell Beckhams by 74 points, sorry. Yeah, just a dirty, rotten beating is what he gave him. So hopefully he doesn't forget that anytime soon. And yeah, Clug the Plug, you got work to do, man. And our jackass of the week. Well, that one's gonna have to go to Suck My Ditka. Going with that James White running back pick just seemed like a really strange option, especially since you did have better options on the bench. And losing such a tight game, it cost you. And now you're the only undefeated or only winless team, and it's a tough spot to be in. But let's see if you can rebound going into this week. So moving into week 4, starting to get a little bit of separation, but there's still a log jam in the middle there. Things are kind of starting to take shape. We've had some key injuries, all this kind of stuff. But other than that, not a lot to report on. So until next time, keep playing that wire. All hail the commish.